Hi everyone, this is Alec from Reddit's Hex Encounter community. Thank you for joining me today. We'll be doing an unboxing of GMT Games' Sekigahara, the unification of Japan. So let's go ahead and get started with here. As you can see, this is an unboxing in the truest sense. I still have the cellophane here, or the shrink on the game. So let me go ahead and flip this over and get this going. While I am removing this, for those of you in the live audience, please do chime in and share some of your thoughts. This game has a pretty strong following for one of the GMT Games block game series, and I was pretty excited to be able to get this on the sale. So if you've played it, go ahead and shout it, speak up, and answer some questions here while we look through what's in the box. And for those of you that haven't played it, well, let's get into it. So okay, getting rid of some shrink. And this is the box. This is one of the thicker boxes, one of the 3-inch boxes from GMT. And let's get in here. This is the 4th printing, so from the most recent reprint. All right. So the first thing we're going to notice in here is that it's a full box. Manual. No version info on the front of the manual. Let's see here. Weighs in at 20 pages. Wrapping up here with a lot of notes by, it would appear to be the designer or the developer. Actually, quite a few design notes. And then before we get in here, we have another pretty large section on, oh wow, a very large section here. This looks like it's a history, which is going to be fantastic. Now, one thing that I really appreciate on all these historical war games is when the developer and the designers decide to put in historical context, and you get a chance to learn something on something that you don't necessarily know a lot about going in. Some things you know a lot about and you're a master of the area, but we can always learn something. Decision Games does a great job of putting in like little magazine articles from their magazines in with them, and this is actually appears to be just a beautiful piece here, which is almost, between that and the designer's notes, 7 pages. That's almost a third of the manual. So the actual content of the manual, again, this is relatively lightweight in terms of rules heft. We're coming in at 12 pages, so pretty straightforward. Looking here at the table of contents, we see that we just go through those 12 pages and that's about it. So what are we expecting to see here? We're expecting to see a map of Japan, some stickers, some cubes, some blocks, discs, cards. And so certainly this is going to be a block game. I'm not quite sure if GMT considers this to be a card-driven game or not, but let's take a look. Okay, so first thing we're going to note here is we do have some reference cards, some play aids, 2 of them printed on decent weight cardstock, not back printed. So again, just information that you need on one side. We now have sticker sheets. There are 2 of them here. One is about a quarter sheet, the other one's a full sheet. These full sheets are rectangular block labels, and this partial sheet here is also a mix of rectangular and other shapes. All right, next we have a mounted map, which we'll go ahead and open. I'll just go ahead and pitch the mounted map Ziploc here. Okay, and then opening this, we're going to see that we have a very nice, large mounted map here. More and more I'm finding that we're seeing mounted maps in these, but then again, I'm also buying one of the greatest hits here for GMT. Here we are. So very large. I clearly have the camera set for the wrong zoom to see everything. We have some status tracks here, a turn track here going through 7 weeks, and I've got some status impact track. Map legend here in the bottom left between locations, road, resource locations, and highways and capitals. Sorry, it's hard to see right here. You can't see it. There's the legend. In the top right, it appears that we have some reinforcements or some other information. Same thing here on the bottom right. So pretty straightforward point-to-point type map system. Some iconography and symbols here, but this is what we have. Go ahead and keep the map open for a moment. In the box, we've got the insert. Honestly, personally, that's going to be about the first thing to go here once I actually start sorting and organizing this game. 2 card decks, okay, loyalty challenge decks. Actually, there appears to be a Ishieda and a Tokugawa deck here, with each of them having loyalty challenges. Having briefly read this, it appears that one of the shticks in this game is that the warring clans that were their allegiances were a little bit pliable during this conflict, and so you don't necessarily know if a given unit is going to stay on your side or flip to the other side. So I believe the cards are used in that sense. And then finally, 2 reasonable beefy bags that appear to be, you can get your hand in them, without any problem. So again, having not read the rules or seen people play this, it would appear that maybe this would be used for some sort of blind draw type mechanism. So, all right, so to recap, oh wait, there's, I know what I'm missing. There's like a lot of heft in here. I'm talking about a block game and I forgot the blocks. Holy cow, okay. Well, it's a block game that does not disappoint. All right, so I've got rectangular blocks. I kind of partially want to do the Tom Vassell style Dice Tower component drop here with all these blocks, but this is my home and I know I'm going to have to clean this up. Let's see, the yellow blocks appear to be gold paint on these, and then the black blocks are black, as is, kind of the trope with a block type war game. Information goes on a sticker on one side, and then when the block is in its default orientation, the player can see the sticker on their side, but their opponent does not, sitting across the table, and so there's a fog of war. But yeah, so these block games certainly do add to the heft, and I'll say this is solely, these block games in my purchase are solely the reason that my order on the GMT sale weighed in at 26 pounds. So okay, so these are the blocks for the block game. So in summary, we've got the blind draw bags, 2 decks of cards, big, 2 pounds of blocks, stickers for set blocks, 2 single-sided player aid reference cards for the players, and a manual. So rather straightforward, not a lot in here. Solitaire suitability is low. That's one downside with block games, is you lose the fog of war and all the everything that's built in with the fog of war. Complexity is listed as a 2, very low complexity. So should be pretty easy to pick up and get going. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to be a fun one. No chits to speak of, so I'm not going to need any of those chit trays that I bought, but yeah, so these are the components in GMT Games Sekigahara, the unification of Japan. For those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for coming by. Please do like and share the video. You can come by and find me on Twitter at AlecMG, or catch the stream at twitch.tv/AlecMG. And feel free to come by Reddit and join the conversation there, reddit.com/r/hexencounter. Thanks everyone for joining me, and have a good night.